Hello everyone, it's me, Jem, and I'm back with another video. So for today's topic, we're going to be talking about what we will appreciate once the enhanced community quarantine is over, once we are free again to roam outside. So today is Sunday, April 26, and it is day 43 of enhanced community quarantine. So before we begin with this topic, let me just say that after this quarantine, after this pandemic, a lot of things are going to change, and it's going to change the way we look at certain things and certain people. So at number one, the first thing that we should appreciate after this quarantine is, of course, God. After this quarantine, you should go to church, attend Mass, and pray in celebration of a new life, and pray to give thanks to God that He has watched over us throughout this pandemic. So the number two thing that you should appreciate is having a job. That is, if you are able to go back to your job. If before you used to say things like, oh, Saturday and Sunday is not long enough, oh, it's Monday again, I have to work again, oh, the weekend isn't long enough, I don't want to go to work. Well, most of us have stopped going to our jobs. Most of us have been given the opportunity to work from home, and some of us have completely stopped working. Like me, for example, I'm a photographer. I work in the events industry, but since social gatherings are not allowed, I've stopped working. So after we get out of this quarantine, let's learn to appreciate our jobs more. Whether we like it or whether we hate it, let's just appreciate the fact that we are able to provide for our families or whoever is depending on our income. So the number three thing that we should learn after we get out of quarantine is we should learn to save money. If before we used to splurge, or if we used to overspend because we were thinking, oh, I don't mind spending all of my salary this week. After another 15 days, I'm going to have money again. We didn't save some of our salary, and then this pandemic happened. And now some of us are waiting for assistance from the government. We didn't save money when we had the opportunity to. So that is one thing that we really need to learn after we get out of quarantine, is to save money. So the next thing that we should appreciate after we get out of quarantine is, of course, to appreciate the environment. So as we go through our social media, we see pictures of cities in lockdown. Skies are clearer. There's less pollution. Bodies of water are getting cleaner. Animals returning. It's all because our planet is healing itself because of less human intervention, and that is one positive side of this pandemic. So after this quarantine, we need to be more responsible for taking care of our environment. The next thing that we are going to appreciate after we get out of this quarantine is, of course, our dear frontliners. The doctors, the nurses, the people that work in the supermarket, the delivery guys, the farmers, the fishermen, because they were the ones that put food on our table. People in the transport sector, the bus drivers, conductors, the jeepney drivers, UV Express drivers, the tricycle drivers, because we really missed them during this quarantine. So the next thing that we have to appreciate after this quarantine is, of course, the food on our table. If you're one of those people that don't have to worry about food, then you are truly blessed. It is the reason that you are still alive in this quarantine, so don't waste it. So finally, another thing that we should appreciate once we get out of this quarantine is, of course, our loved ones. Because we're not able to spend more time with them because of quarantine, so once it's lifted, spend more quality time with your loved ones. Appreciate the moments that you have together. So we've come to the end of this video. I hope I've given you something to reflect on during these trying times. And I hope and pray that we will all make it out of this pandemic, and we will learn to appreciate life more. So that's it for this video, guys. See you on the next video, and keep safe. All of us will make it out of this.